Welcome to my channel. My name is Morgan and today I'm going to be filming this makeup look for you right here. If you guys would like to see how I achieve this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, now that you guys are nice and close and personal, this is what my skin looks like without makeup on. I do have a couple breakouts right now, so my skin does not look the best, but we're going to go ahead and cover all that up today with a full coverage glam. I personally like to do my face base first. Some people prefer to do their eyes. It's all preference, so do what you like to do. But I like to personally do my face first. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and start out with my favorite primer currently. This is the Origins Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer with Willowherb. So this primer, it's a little bit newer. I just got it about a month ago and I've been loving it ever since. It's very cooling like it says. It also is, it's just the weirdest formula. Like I've never used a primer like this, but something about it is just so like refreshing. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a little pump. Like, look at this. It's just like the weirdest thing. It's like a foam, but then like when you rub it out, it kind of turns into like this weird cream. Super cooling. And I like to just apply this right here in my T-zone. This is where I have the most pores. And underneath here. Alright, and next we're going to move on to foundation. So today I'm going to mix two of my favorite foundations. One of them is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. This foundation is a holy grail of mine. Honestly, if I could probably pick one foundation that I couldn't live without, it would probably be this one, just because it's so easy to apply. It isn't a stick. You just swipe a couple swipes on your face. It's very full coverage, lightweight, makes your skin just look so smooth and like skin, I guess. I mean, I know that sounds weird with foundation, but it's full coverage but does not look cakey. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and go ahead and do a couple swipes on my skin. Yes, this looks dark for my face, but my arms and my body are a lot darker than my face, so we're going to go a little bit darker today. This is in the shade Ivory. Okay, so once we have that applied, we're going to go in with my Dior Forever Perfect Makeup Foundation. This is also one of my favorite foundations. Jaclyn Hill recommended this foundation a while back, and she actually recently filmed a video with this duo combo right here, and her foundation looked flawless. So I'm going to go ahead and use this foundation today. This is the shade 22 Cameo. So that's to shake well before use. So we're going to go ahead and shake it. I like to apply just a little bit on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a damp beauty blender. I'd like to use the Real Techniques sponge actually. It's a lot more affordable and I actually find it to be one of my favorite makeup sponges. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do a couple dots around my face. Alright, so now we're going to take my damp beauty blender and just start blending. I mean, you guys can see how full coverage this is, but it also just looks so smooth on the skin. I absolutely love this combination so much. Okay, next we're moving on to concealer, and when in doubt, Tarte Shape Tape is my holy grail concealer. I know a lot of people love this concealer so much, and there's a good reason for that. It's so full coverage. I mean, you can see I still have a little bit of darkness peeping underneath my eyes. When I apply this, it just hides all of that darkness. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start applying this below the eye. I like to do kind of a triangle like so on both eyes. I like to just do like a triangle. And also, I like to do my concealer about 2 shades lighter than my foundation. I just like that brightening effect of the lighter under eye. And also just the center of the face. I'll go ahead and just do like a little line on my forehead. I like to do a nice line down my nose. Whoop. Oops, got a little crazy. And then a little here and a little on my chin. So now we're going to take our beauty blender and we're going to go ahead and blend that out. This is still the same beauty blender I use for my foundation. It's still damp. Go ahead and blend this out. Whatever excess I have left over on my sponge, I will just tap on the top of my eyelid just to add a little bit of that primer on my eyelid, cancel out all the redness. And like I said, I will be using this as my eye primer today. So that is what the concealer looks like on the face. I think it looks really good. I love the color with the foundation. I just think it adds dimension to my face. So next, almost immediately after you apply your concealer, you're going to want to go ahead and set with the powder. I absolutely love the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This has been a holy grail of mine. No matter what powder I go to try, this is always one that I like to come back to. So we're going to go ahead and open this up. Go ahead and just use a big fluffy powder brush. And I'm just going to dab into that, tap it off, and then I'm going to just go ahead and pounce underneath my eye with this just to set that concealer. Also, I don't really necessarily like to bake with my skin just because I do have super dry skin. So when I bake, I feel like it almost dries my skin out more. So I like to just kind of press it in. And then wherever ounce you apply concealer, go ahead and set that with a powder. Do a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. Then I like to go ahead and take whatever's left on my brush, which won't be a lot of product, but then I just like to kind of sweep that around my face. Just set the rest of my face with a light dust of powder. Like I said, I don't want to look cakey. I like how this foundation doesn't look super matte on me, and the more powder you put on, the more matte your foundation's gonna get. So this is an extra step that I've been doing in my makeup routine. It's not necessary, but it is something that I think has made a difference, and I absolutely love the way it looks. I just recently purchased the KKW Beauty. This is the brightening powder in the shade 1, and I like to, once I have all that laid down, I like to go in and just do a little bit of this under my eye. Like I said, it just adds a little bit more brightening on my face to add that dimension, and I just absolutely been loving this powder. It's not a huge pan, and it is $18. This is what it looks like. It's just a little guy right here. I'm going to go ahead and just take it on a little brush like this. I'm going to pounce into it, tap it off, and then I'm going to go ahead and just set this underneath my eye. Alright, so I brought you guys in a little bit closer. This is the side with the brightening powder. This is the side without. You can see a little bit of a difference. I do think it makes your face look more smooth. My pores literally look non-existent right now, which is amazing. I love those days, but this is the side with, and I just think it looks so brightening and just so smoothing, and I just love the way it looks. So, like I said, you don't have to do this step. It's totally optional, but I have just been loving it recently in my makeup routine. So the next step I like to do is I like to use my MAC Fix Plus. I love to take this and I like to spray this on my entire face. It just helps that powder melt into your skin, just so it doesn't look like it's sitting on top of your skin. Go ahead and... Also, I just got the MAC Fix Plus in the scent Rose, and it smells so good. Like, I wasn't sure. I'm like, what do I want? Like a scented one, or do I want just like the normal fresh scent? And I've been loving this. I think it smells so good. Alright, so that is what our face base looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put my eyebrows on. I don't really put too much dimension into my eyebrows. I feel like my eyebrows are already really full, so I just go ahead and outline them a little bit, give them a little bit more shape, and then I'm going to move on to my eyes, and then we'll finish up the face. If you guys want to see a tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I would more than happy to do that for you guys. Really nothing too crazy. It's pretty boring actually, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and do it off camera. Like I said, if you guys do want to see that, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will do that for you guys. Alright guys, this is what my eyebrows look like. Like I said, I don't really do anything too much to them. I don't like them looking super overdrawn just because I do have naturally full eyebrows. So I just kind of fill them in just a little bit. Remember, eyebrows are not twins, they're sisters. My favorite brow pencil actually recently has been the new Covergirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. I've really been liking this brow pencil. A, it's really affordable, and B, the color is like perfect to my eyebrows. It's the color 715 Honey Brown. I just think it looks really good on my eyebrows. It lightens them up a little bit. I do have very dark eyebrows. My natural hair color is this color right here. Yes, I'm gonna go get my highlights redone next week. I know, it looks bad. So with that, now we're gonna go ahead and start on our eyes. So as you guys can see, I already put concealer on my eyelids and set that with some powder. So now we're ready to go on with our shadows. Today I'm going to be using the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This palette is such a clutch palette in my collection. I think it's one of those palettes that everybody could use. It's just so versatile. The colors are neutral, but also there's some pops of color in here. So if you guys are looking for something that is super blendable, super pigmented, a great bang for your buck, I think this sells for $42. You can get it at Ulta or Sephora. It's a very good palette and I definitely recommend it. Alright guys, so we're going to start off by using the shade Tempera right here, this light shade, and we're going to go ahead and apply that all over the eyelid. I like to do this step because it just really sets up primer just in case you did miss something, or concealer in my case, and also it just really hides all of those blood vessels and discoloration that our eyes do have. Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing just one eye on camera today, and I'll do the other one off camera just to save time and just so you guys can just get the gist of what I am doing for this eye look. With that, we're going to go ahead and start with our blending brush. This is a Sigma Blending E25. This is one of my favorite brushes that I like to go in with first. And I'm going to go ahead and use my transition shades. And for me, I like to use Gold and Ochre, which is this gold color here, and Raw Sienna. I'm going to mix those together. Tap off because there's a little bit of fallout with these shadows. Also, if you guys are scared of fallout and you don't want all that fallout to ruin your foundation or anything, you can go ahead and just use that translucent powder that we use to set our face and just put that under the under eye. So then when it does fall down, once you're all done with your look, you can just take a big fluffy brush or whatever brush you want to use and just wipe that away, and it will leave nothing on your foundation. So that's a really good tip and trick if you guys want to just make sure. I put a little bit of powder right here, as you guys can see. So if I do have a little bit of fallout, it's not going to ruin your face. So I'm going to go ahead and go right into my crease. Your crease is right here, and I like to go a little above my crease. We're going to take this transition shade. This is just a base shade that we're going to use. It's going to help blend our other shadows. So we're going to continue. I like to do windshield wiper motions, and also I like to just go ahead and do some circle motions. Just going back and forth, really blending that into our crease. Okay, so once we have our transition shade on and you're happy with how it looks, I'm going to go ahead and take the color Burnt Orange right here, tap that in, tap that shade off using the same brush, and I'm going to pop this more in my crease right here. And I'm going to keep that lower than the transition shade that we just applied. This is going to help deepen and darken your outer corner. I'm going to apply this on the outer corner of my eye. Whatever excess I have on my brush, I'm going to go ahead and just blend that throughout my eye. Like I said, you want to keep this shade lower. Alright, now the fun begins. Now we're going to go in with that red color that I have. We're going to go ahead and do this on the outer third of our eye and the inner third of our eye. We're going to leave that little bit of space in the middle for our gold shade. I'm going to go ahead and go in with the shade Red Ochre right here. I also like to mix it a little bit with this orange shade here on the end, just a little bit, just to add a little bit of that orangey reddish shade. That orange shade is called Realgar. We're going to go ahead and mix those two shades together, tap off the excess, and this is going to be a part where it's okay to be a little sloppy. We're going to go in and blend and fix it up in the end, so don't worry about your application if it doesn't look perfect the first time you put it on. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this right here on the outside of my eye. I am not really swiping, I'm more pushing the product down. This is also a little flat shader brush right here that I like to use to go ahead and do this shadow with. And then I'm going to go ahead and just follow my crease with this color as well. Just put this on the outer corner. So this is about how much red I applied on my outer corner. Now I'm going to go ahead and put it in the inner corner. So we're going to go ahead and just pop this right in the inner corner, following that crease. Then I kind of like to bridge them together a little bit. I just use the same brush and I just kind of slowly use a little bit of the extra excess color that I've left and then combine the two. So this is what it looks like. Yes, it's a little sloppy and that's okay. We're gonna go back in with that same blending brush that we used at the beginning. And we're gonna go ahead and just use whatever's left on that brush and just blend these harsh lines and edges out. Going back and forth, really blending those oranges and reds together. I'm also going to flick a little bit of this color out. I kind of like a little bit of like a fanned out look with my eyeshadow. Just helps blend them together as well. So next I'm going to go into this dark shade Cypress Umber, this brown right here. We're going to go ahead and take this into the outer crease. It's going to add some depth to our eye look and just make it look a little bit more deep in this outer corner. So I'm going to go in with a smaller detail brush. This brush is the Morphe M321. I really like this brush to add color to my outer V. I'm going to go ahead and tap into that dark brown, tap off the excess, and I'm going to go ahead and, on the outer corner of our eye we have a natural V, and this is the area where I like to apply that darker shade. I'm going to go ahead and just lightly tap this color into that outer V. Also remember, you can always add color, but you can never take away. So I like to go in very lightly with the darker shades and just slowly tap that color in. Kind of fanning this color out as well. Alright, so once again, we're going to go back in with our blending brush that we started out with, and we're going to go ahead and blend that all together. I did not add any product to my brush, I'm just using what was on the brush already and just blending this all together. Alright, so now that you can see that since we blended so much, we kind of lost some of that pigmentation with the red and that orange. So we're going to go ahead and dip back into the color red, ochre, and realgar. We're going to go ahead and just pop a little bit more of that shade on top just to add that color back to life. Same with the inner corner. I'm going to just go ahead and add a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and blend just a little bit more. Alright, and now for the fun part, we're going to go ahead and add that pop of gold right in the middle for that halo eye look. I actually like to use my finger for this. I just feel like it really packs the punch of color onto the lid. I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Primavera right here. It's kind of a gold, a light gold shade. I just think it looks really good with these dark colors. It's very soft, blendable. This is what the color looks like. It's so pretty, it's so pigmented, and I think it looks really good with this look. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my pinky finger. I'm gonna go ahead and just pop this right in the inner corner of my eyelid. Okay, so that gold is just going to go right in between those two red colors, and I just think it looks so pretty. I feel like when you apply it with your finger, it adds so much more pigmentation. If you guys want to, you can always put it on a flat shader brush like we use for the red on the outer and inner corner, spritz it a little bit with some MAC Fix Plus or whatever spray you have, and it just makes your colors pop. Then I'm going to go ahead and use that same blending brush, I know, again, and I'm going to go ahead and just blend out these edges just a little bit. I'm going to use that color Raw Sienna again, and I'm going to tap that off, and I'm going to just use this kind of as a transition between the gold and the red, just so that there's not such a harsh line there. I'm going to also put this a little bit on the inner corner. Alright, so that is it with this eye. I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera along with my eyeliner and lashes, just because this video is already super long. Alright guys, as you can see, I have applied my lashes and my eyeliner. For eyeliner today, I used my Smashbox Always On Liquid eyeliner. This is a newer eyeliner that just came out recently, and I'm obsessed with it. Honestly, it's an eyeliner that I know that's going to last all day. It's very pigmented, it's very black, and it dries matte. So I don't know, I just love the way this eyeliner looks. I think it looks great, and like I said, the longevity of it is one of my favorite parts of this eyeliner. So I definitely recommend this to anybody who's looking for a good liquid eyeliner. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and start working on our lower lash line. So with the lower lash line, we're going to kind of do what we did on the lid and do it the same on the bottom with the same shades, the same order, the same steps that we took. And we're going to go ahead and get that started. Alright guys, so I'm going to start by going in with my little pencil brush. I'm going to go ahead and go in with those transition shades we used, Golden Ochre and Raw Sienna, these colors right here. I'm going to go ahead and tap into those. We're going to go ahead and just blend this all the way across the eye. I'm going to keep it kind of close to the lower lash line. I'm just going to blend this all the way across. Okay guys, now that we have our transition shades laid down in the lower lash line, we're going to go ahead and go in with this burnt orange color. I'm going to take this on. This is like a small little flat-headed brush. I don't know if you guys can see it. This is like a small little brush. I'm going to go ahead and use this, and I'm going to go ahead and blend this all the way across the lower lash line as well, but I'm going to put this a little bit lower than I did the transition shades. I'm also going to kind of be connecting the lower lash line with the upper lash line. I'm just going to kind of melt these two together, blend, blend, blend. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys too, the lashes I used are Lily lashes in the style Miami. These are some of my favorite lashes. I just recently purchased these and I just love the fluttery look that they give. Yes, they are pretty glam looking. You guys don't have to do such a glam lash. You don't even have to do a lash if you don't want to. You guys can just stick with mascara. But I just think a lash just really takes your look there. It just makes it just so much more glam. If you guys are going to prom or if you guys just have an event that you want to go to, adding just a bold lash just really makes the look, I feel like, come together nicely and just really open up your eyes. Alright, so now going in with that same brush, we're going to go ahead and go in with that red ochre color with the real girl color right here. We're going to go ahead and tap that off, and I'm going to keep this more focused on the outside of my eye. I don't want to bring in super dark, harsh colors in the inner corner of my eye because it's going to make your eyes look smaller, which we don't want. So we're going to go ahead and take those colors and just pop them right on the outer corner. Okay, but last but not least, we're going to go ahead and take that dark brown shade and we're going to kind of tight line this to our under eye. Pull my eyelid down. Right, now we're going to go back in with that little blending brush that we had and we're just going to blend these all together nicely so there's no harsh edges. Alright guys, so now that we're moving back onto the face, I'm going to start by going in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is one of my favorite drugstore bronzers. It smells so good. I mean, that's honestly the first thing that drew me to this is the smell. Like, it just smells just like summer and just like a cool beach breeze, pina colada, coconut. I don't know. It just smells so good. But not only that, it's just so creamy. It looks very smooth on my skin. It doesn't catch onto my dry patches. It doesn't look, you know, muddy on my skin. It's just an all-around great bronzer that I definitely recommend. So I'm going to go ahead and take a big fluffy brush right here, tap that off, and I'm going to go ahead and go on the outer parts of my face. So then I'm going to go ahead and put this on my forehead. Just like to do a little bit here, a little bit here. Put this underneath my chin just to really blend out those harsh lines. Before I forget, because I did forget, I'm going to go ahead and pop some Benefit Roller Lash on my lower lash line. This is such a good mascara for my lower lash line. I feel like it doesn't make them clumpy and it spaces my lower lashes really nicely. So let's go ahead and add some mascara to our lower lash line. It makes such a difference. I mean, look at that. Crazy. Alright guys, so now I'm going to just add a little bit of a contour today. Nothing too crazy, just contour my cheeks just a little bit. I love the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. This is one of my favorite palettes to contour with. It has a really good cool bronze shade in it. This cool tone shade right here is my favorite for contouring. I just think it's like a perfect color for me and it's not too muddy looking. So I'm going to go ahead and tap into that. And how I like to contour is I like to just take from where the top part of your ear is, you like to just draw a line down. If you guys like to make the duck face, no judgment, because I do too. So I went ahead and just added a little bit of powder below my bronzer and contour. I just like to do this just to make sure that it's not too harsh, but it also gives that kind of like chiseled look. And it also makes sure that if you do bring your bronzer a little bit too low, if you put that powder there, let it sit for a little bit, wipe it off, it'll just pretty much erase it. It's like a magic marker, which is really cool. So now we're going to take that same cool tone shade out of our Shade and Light palette and just contour our nose just a little bit. I just like to use like a fluffy brush like this. This is kind of long and angled, so it fits really well onto my nose. I'm going to go ahead and dip into that same shade that we contoured with and just ever so lightly just contour my nose. Alright guys, so now I'm done contouring my nose. Next up is blush. For today, the blush that I am using is the NARS blush in the shade Orgasm. This shade is one of my favorite shades of all time. Don't necessarily love the name, but peachy color, and it has gold flicks in it. You can kind of see when I turn it, you can see the gold. This is just a beautiful shade. I feel like it complements my skin tone so well, and I also love when I apply it, it doesn't just pop a ton of color down all at once. So it's not super overwhelming. I feel like you can build it, which is super nice. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the apples of my cheeks. You can smile if you want to, just so you can see where your apples are. I like to go ahead and put my blush right here, and then I like to blend it back. As you guys can see, it's not super intense, which I love. Like, I love a good blush that isn't going to be like so bam intense where I feel like I look like a clown. So now that I have my bronzer and my blush on, I like to just take a stippling brush like this one. This is the Sonia Kashuk stippling brush. I like to go ahead and just kind of blend these two together just so nothing looks harsh and everything's well blended. But we like a blended sister. James Charles, I see you. I'm also going to go ahead and wipe away that powder. As you guys can see, it just really cleaned up this bronzer. It just makes everything look nice and smooth. Alright guys, next is my all-time favorite part of my makeup look. It's highlighter. I love to glow to the makeup gods. I love highlighter. I'm one of those people who likes just a bold, bright highlight. I'm not all about the subtle highlights, which some days if I'm doing like a not so intense makeup look, like not so glam, just a light everyday makeup look, I like to use the Hourglass ambient lighting powders. Those are so beautiful. They're just like a very subtle sheen where it just looks like you can put it all over your face and you just glow from within. Whereas this bad boy right here, this is gonna make you blind people. Look at people, bam, blind. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy collab. This is my favorite highlighter of all time. And this is newer, and I just recently purchased it from Sephora. I was like, you know, there's a lot of hype on this highlighter. I feel like I should just go buy it. So I did. I do not regret it one bit. This is like the most amazing, blinding, beautiful highlighter. And yes, my fingernail chipped that little piece out. I'm so sad about it. But if you guys are looking for a beautiful, everyday, I mean, I wear it every day, gold highlighter, then look no farther. This one's great. I like to start on my cheekbones with my highlight, so I'm going to go ahead and just dust this right here on my cheekbones. I mean, seriously, I'm blinding all my haters out there. I think the makeup gods are quaking. Which is beautiful. I'm obsessed. Yes, I love highlighter. I will just douse this. I wish I could just put this all over my body, honestly. And then I like to put it up and down my nose, on my upper lip, on my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin. And last but not least, we're going to use the highlighter for our inner corner highlight and also our brow bone highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and take just a small little brush like this. Go ahead and pop this in my inner corners. Just really open up the eye. Girl, this highlight is no joke. Pop this on my brow bone. So now our eye look is officially done. We have our highlight. Last but not least, we have our lip product. Today I'm going to go in with a NARS lip product. This is the Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the shade Cruella. I actually got this for my birthday last year from Sephora and like the little beauty kit or whatever that you get, and I am obsessed with these. They're so smooth, so soft. This is a little travel size. I know you can buy this full size, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a bright red lip today just to really warm this look up. And Also, I like to overdraw my lips just a little bit because I do have small lips. You guys can use a lip pencil if you want. With this, I've noticed I don't really have to use a lip pencil. It's all preference, but I like to overdraw my lips just a little bit because I do have small lips. Alright guys, and this is what the finished look looks like. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my MAC Fix Plus just to go ahead and set everything together. Alright guys, and that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching today. Go ahead and leave me some comments down below. Go ahead and let me know what you guys think I could do differently to make my videos better. I would like to know some video ideas you guys would like to see. Just leave a comment down below. Just say hi even. I just really want to hear from you guys. Also, if you guys could go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you guys don't miss out on my future videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in my next video, and I will see you guys soon.